This episode is presented by East West Bank. They've spent more than 50 years uplifting Asian families and their ambitions, and we love getting to be a part of that legacy. We at Asian American Girl Club actually bank with them, and it's been genuinely such a smooth and supportive experience. They understand our community, they champion Asian American businesses like ours, and make it possible for us to keep sharing these stories. This is Undefinable, an AAGC Originals podcast. Hello, Kara.
Hi, Jenna.
How are you?
I'm so good.
Looking ravishing today.
Thank you. You as well. Actually, we're giving two very different vibes, but when you walked in, I was like, you are looking comfy.
Oh.
Like this is a great outfit.
Thank you so much. I feel like comfy yet slightly feminine and just kind of like, this is my jam. This is where I live.
I mean, it's so good. And a good ballet flat will do that.
That's the thing.
It'll give you the feminine,
I know. I used to
edge.
Play against it and always wear like an athletic sneaker because I like to work out. But like this, I've been leaning into more. It's a new era for me of femininity.
I mean, start with the feet. It's looking great.
It's looking great.
Start with the feet. Which, I mean, speaking of you working out, I saw your stories this morning. 6 a.m. training mate.
I've been doing 6 a.m.s every day of the week.
This woman does it all. I seriously don't know how she does it. She has the little ones, the two little ones. And then, it's the training mate, then it's the breakfast, and then it's the perfect shot of, I don't know who you're packing lunch for. Must be your older one. The perfect lunch. Like, I want that lunch.
I'm not going to lie, it's very stressful and it's a constant thing that weighs on me of like packing lunch. I don't know if other people feel this, but like nobody told me that like packing lunch would be like a thing that like became such a crux in my life.
It's your personality now.
What is she going to eat tomorrow? What am I going to make her? How do I pack it? And then if I forget something, she'll tell me. She'd be like, you forgot my little snack. I'm like, oh my God. And usually I'd be like, well, too bad. But I feel like deep in my soul, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that. I forgot it.
Wait, I mean, it's also because you're packing lunch the way you pack it.
Everyone, like, her expectations are like,
yes, you set the bar way too high. Like, back in the day, or not even back in the day, even the current day, there are parents that is just like, you get a sandwich and like a bag of chips and that's it.
Yeah, that's what we used to get.
That's
like,
for sure.
The Ziploc without the Ziploc.
Yeah,
right?
It's not like what your kids are getting. It's you guys. There was like at least 18 ingredients on this.
Too much
on this plate.
It's honestly too much.
Oh, I mean, you've done this to yourself.
I absolutely
You've done this to yourself, and now Emma knows. She's like, I
forgot my surprise.
Sorry, yeah, I need at least 3 courses.
I will say the sprinkles and the fruit make it very colorful. And it looks plentiful. I mean, it is plentiful, but like those things are just in my fridge at all times with 2 children. So like, you're just like, okay, so what did she have yesterday, and how can I like switch it up for her? It's
but those
ridiculous.
are included in the ingredient list, which is why it looks like there's 18 ingredients. Anyways, you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
The conclusion of that.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad you're here because we have a great guest today. Yay. I'm very excited to talk to her. I'm obsessed with her content. I've been following her content for a long time because I'm also, very into the beauty space.
It feels very aligned.
Very aligned. So we have Vanessa Lee joining us today. She is a globally recognized aesthetic expert, entrepreneur, and founder of The Things We Do. With over 17 years in cosmetic dermatology, she's known for natural results, pioneering facial balancing, which I can't wait to talk to her about, Chinese facial balancing, and her East meets West approach that blends advanced aesthetics with traditional Chinese face reading. She's also a trusted beauty authority, educator, and speaker, passionate about facial harmony, skin health, and longevity. She's all about from the inside out.
We must know more.
We simply must know more. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so cool. I'm so happy to be here with you guys.
We're just so honored. We're so honored. I was telling Jenna when we were doing your intro that I have been following your content for a long time, watching your videos.
Thank you so much.
And so very excited to have you here to talk all things facial balance. Because Jenna literally during the intro was like, what is that? I was like, well, we're going to have Vanessa tell us all about facial balancing. And it's going to be great.
We must know all the tea. Yes. And also, thank you for rocking with me for so long in socials. I really appreciate it.
No, I have just so thrilled to see how everything has taken off. Well, I guess before we get to that, let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
I kind of just want to know, how you grew up, what that was like, what little you was like. Did you grow up, like where you grew up? Was it a very predominantly Asian community or not? Tell
I
us all of it.
love telling the backstory
Yes.
of
We need the
because
context.
I feel like it just molds everything that you are in
Mhm.
your present day. So I love you. Even when patients come in and they're like, I'm like, oh, where did you come in from? And they're like, oh, I took the 405 to the blah, blah, blah. And I'm also like, where did you grow up? That's like my second question. I love
Yes.
this. So I grew up in Chino Hills, which is in Southern
Stop.
California.
I grew up in Diamond Bar.
See, we're neighbors.
We are.
When did you graduate high school?
Oh, this is, wow.
What
We are
year?
getting into the tea. Now everybody gonna know. You
If
ready?
you feel comfortable.
Oh, absolutely. 2007.
Oh, great. Okay. I'm 04. I would have never, I was such an age snob, so I probably wouldn't have been partying with your
Yes,
peeps, but I
yes.
was partying with a bunch of Diamond Bar kids.
With the Brahmas?
Yes.
With the Brahmas?
Yeah, that's so funny. So this is the next town over.
No, it's literally Chino Hills and Diamond Bar right next to each other.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, so Chino Hills in the early 90s, just to paint the backstory, Chino
Please.
Hills now is literally Asia. All of Asia
Yes.
has come to Chino Hills. I love it so much.
It's true. Chino Hills
Chino
before was
Hills-
known for the cows.
Yes.
Not to put the words in your mouth.
Yes, essentially it was. Like there was a stench. It was a constant
Wow.
smelling of cow dung, which was, I grew up with it. So I was like, I don't even
Whatever.
notice it. But everyone who visited was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys okay out here? No wonder why your mom bought out here. Like, no wonder why you guys got all this property. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so in the 90s, it was predominantly white.
Mhm.
And in my elementary school, I think there was one or two other Asian kids, and there were 2 Black kids in the entire school, and there were some Hispanic kids. It was predominantly white. And which to me never really felt like, I sit with a lot of Asian women all the time. I love my Asian friends. I'm obsessed with being Asian. You guys should know this.
Mhm.
I always saw that as, oh my God, I have so many cool snacks and you guys don't.
Like a superpower.
Always, always.
Oh.
I actually,
Even as a kid. Which
even
is,
as a kid.
I mean, saying something. I know
So
Jenna.
rare.
Yeah, Jenna can relate because I know she grew up in a very predominantly white
Yeah.
yes.
community.
Yeah.
Yes.
But kind of different with
But
the
I
snack
also think
superpowers.
because
Definitely.
next door we had Diamond Bar,
Yeah.
because my cousins and my family, like I grew up with a huge Asian family. I always had exposure to how cool it was to
Mm.
like really live and being my like Filipino American self. It
Mm.
never felt like it took away from anything.
Wow.
So in school, I was like, you guys don't even know what sago is. It's the original boba. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you don't know what it
Yes.
is? Like you guys just have the squeezy squeezes. Like
Missing
that's
out.
it. We have all of these things.
The
You can
squeezy, like
Yeah,
the
you
Capri
know.
Suns?
No, not the Capri Suns. It was like this wax bottle with like
And the top that comes
radiant
off.
blue. Yes, you
Mhm.
twist
Oh
it
my
off, and
gosh.
I was like, "That's cool." Have you ever seen floating tapioca in your drink, in your milk? You know what I mean? So I was like, "This is way cooler than the stuff that you guys have," and I love to turn you on to this. So it was always like I had both worlds felt very exciting to me
Mhm.
and felt very much like I had things to explore.
Mhm.
So I very much was made fun of by all my Asian cousins. Like, you talk like a white girl, like you talk like a Valley girl. I was always told that, and I never took it as an insult. I was like, I'm sorry, you guys. I grew up in literally a different area, okay? It was like always the energy I had. Like, get over it, you guys. Like, whatever.
Yes,
You guys.
Yeah, but
I'm
also,
obsessed with this energy. Like I can just
Yes.
imagine you as like
I'm a
in
fire
middle school
tiger.
being like, get over it.
Yes.
I'm a fire tiger, you
I
guys.
love
Like,
it.
that's my zodiac, and that's who I've always been, like, riding straight into the fire. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, but then at the same time, I was always going to like the Filipino Expo and like the Asian conventions. And I was not supposed to be doing this in junior high, but I definitely was calling on the Asian chat line to hang out with like teens older than me and meet me at the mall. Were you calling that number?
What is this number?
This is so Southern
Jenna,
California.
Yes, you are getting
the number.
a look into like, especially, okay, there's a whole thing with like West Coast Asians and East Coast Asians.
Yes.
But SoCal Asian culture was very specific.
Yes.
Like loitering in like the parking lot of like Lollicup. I mean, we
Yeah.
can go into it.
Hours and
I
hours of
was
my
not
life.
calling the hotline, but I was on the Asian chat rooms.
I was in both. So I was I was
Vanessa
ASL.
covered it all.
I was ASL. I was actually, my screen name was LADX. LAD stood for Ladies of Asian Desire. I was in an online crew,
Stop.
Ladies of Asian Desire. And if any of you are out there, please contact me because I would love to catch up. Ladies of Asian Desire,
crying.
LADX, P9 for you. What are you doing? You're 12 years old, Vanessa. What are you doing in these chat
Way
rooms?
ahead of your time.
No,
I
well, I
was
mean, all of us
meeting-
were in it. I mean, it
We were all
really
in
was
it.
bad when I think about this. Did you do chat rooms?
I mean, ish.
Oh, we did,
all
like-
did chat rooms.
I know, but the
like,
chat
not
rooms-
like that.
It was
Right.
my life.
Not like
I had
that.
a beeper.
It was not.
I was
Oh.
calling the Asian chat line. The Asian chat line was an 800 number that you called, and you could say, to enter the chat line, press, number 1. And then you would get in the room, and it would be like, what's up? My alias was Gigi. What's up? This is Gigi, backing it up with that deuce flow. Meet me at the mall. I'm going to be at the Galleria. I'm going to take the beeline. And you would go and
I'm
meet up like
crying.
other teenagers. I wasn't a teen. I was 12.
I'm shook.
You would meet up other teenagers and just see who's on your jock. Can you even?
I am
Can you even-
crying.
cannot.
That is the log line for the episode. See who's on your jock.
See who's on your
Like,
jock.
see who's on your jock.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that was it. So
What was the mall you would go to? Brea?
Okay, so in the summers, my mom would drop me off every morning on the way to work. She commuted all the way from Chino Hills to Northridge. So she would drop me off at my cousin's place in Burbank or in Glendale. And we would take the Beeline, which is like a little shuttle bus that you could pay 25 cents to drop you off at the mall. So when our parents went to work, we were left to our own devices. We were going to the mall, meeting these strange boys,
Yeah.
and then taking photo maker pictures with them.
Oh, I have a
And-
The
whole
Beeline.
box of
Yeah.
those photos, those glamour
Yeah.
photos. I
Oh,
kept all
yes,
of them.
We love
Yeah.
those.
I
We
kept
love those.
all of them.
Yeah, so that was the summer. And then I would go back to school,
Yeah.
hang out with my white friends, and be like, you guys don't know shit, dude.
Did you say boyfriends?
White friends.
Oh,
White
white
friends.
friends. I was like, okay.
I wish I had
Vanessa is
boyfriends.
out here in these streets.
Boyfriends.
Boyfriends. With a Z. Let's be real.
Yeah, so I would go back to school where I was
Yeah.
surrounded by all my white peers, and I would be like, you guys are so fucking boring, dude. Like,
I am
honestly,
obsessed with
I'm
it.
know.
living out here.
don't even
and you
know.
guys are so boring. So then even more
she
so.
was the cool kid. Like,
I don't know,
she was the cool kid.
100%.
I mean, even now, I'm like, me
Yeah,
listening
yeah,
to you
yeah.
as at 12,
I
I'd be
definitely
like,
was the rallier. I was
Yeah.
like, you guys, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I was definitely Lucy. I was surrounded by like Ethels who were like, I don't know. And I'm like, come on, let's go. You have one life. Like, let's do this. So-
fire horse or fire tiger
Fire
energy.
Tiger. A lot of parents told their children, don't hang out with Vanessa anymore. Like, I was giving everyone haircuts in junior high and high school. I was the girl, like, let's experiment. What is
Yeah.
life, you guys? Like,
Yeah.
let's just try it. And then, that's why I'm the disruptor I am today in the industry
I'm
also.
I'm also obsessed with that you've kept that energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are like that and, maybe get a little jaded or because of circumstances or situations that have happened that lose that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like yours has amplified,
I
which
will
we're
say,
obsessed with.
Yes, I will say, because I surrounded myself with friends who were so loving.
Mhm.
And also, I'm an Aquarius, so like if somebody that's a lot of astrology for this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
There's
Um,
people listening who are like, I know
yeah,
her.
I know
now that I
exactly
know
what
all this
she's talking
information,
about.
I know
I know.
exactly
I know
who she
exactly.
is.
I know her Bozzy chart.
Yeah.
So I'm an Aquarius also. So if you mistreat me or if there's a betrayal, I can't unsee it, and you're done for the rest of my life. There's no breaking up and getting back together. There's no trying it out again, and that's a horrible thing for a lot of people. And for me, it's protected me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
at home, I will say it was a difficult upbringing, and the household wasn't always as safe as I would wished it to be.
Yeah.
And I found that love within my friends, and we're still friends to this day. Like all my friends from junior high, and
Wow.
they're like the godparents to my 3 kids, and it's just been wonderful because of that. But I think that you can lose your way often in life, and get jaded. Like there's nothing. When I see people going through those trials and it takes from them and their story, I fully understand and empathize with it. I was just, I think, lucky enough to find people who helped strengthen that in me for so long and were my rock. So
Yeah.
they're the loves of my lives, my besties.
The chosen family is
Yes.
really important.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. So, okay, now that we know the context and how you grew up in your background,
Yeah.
how did that shape how you saw beauty? Because
Yes.
obviously affected, aesthetics. Like, I want to talk about the Eurocentric aesthetics that the world is revolved around, and then, Asian aesthetics. How did that affect all of that?
Yes. So I have always had a very bold outlook on life and beauty and fashion and just like the arts and just like living in general. So I have always found that I've been most attracted to these like subcultures because it's a way for me to just like connect with people who aren't mainstream. Like mainstream is like totally fine,
Yeah.
but I always find it more interesting like what's the subreddit over here? What's happening on the street? Like I grew up in Chino Hills, but I always partied in Pomona and was so thankful for my connections of like all the surrounding cities of like my friends who exposed me to so many things that I would never ever know about. So I find that with beauty, growing up in junior high and high school, I was always the friend that was like getting everyone ready for dances. So always doing their makeup, always doing the hair. Like I'm like, girl, this is what you need to come in
God bless
with.
you, by the way, because I think everybody had
We all
that
need that.
friend.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
all
when you were
need
getting
that.
ready for the dances and the one friend, there's always the one that knows how to like curl
Yes.
hair and is like, knows the trends for eyeshadow and has all the
Yes.
products.
Yes, I
Yeah.
would be like, you got to play up the eyes a little bit more. Like I would always see things in people that I
Yeah.
felt like they didn't see in themselves as a strength. And I always loved to make my friends feel good and the people who were around me based off of like, let's make you shine, you know? Like what can we do to play this up a little
Obsessed
bit?
with
Let's have
that.
fun
We all
with
needed a
things.
Vanessa in our
Yeah.
lives.
Oh, you guys, thank
Yeah,
you. I
obsessed
love
with that.
being that for people.
Yeah.
So because I had always had that superpower of allowing people to see how beautiful they were through just a little sprinkle here and there, I always remembered how that felt growing up. I've always been attracted to the arts, theater, music, writing, journalism, all of that. And being a Filipino American only child growing up, my mom was like, that's nice. You're going to be a nurse.
Yeah.
And I was like, fantastic. That's exactly what I want to be.
Yes,
I was
literally.
like, great. And I remember having this conversation with her in front of my aunts. I remember crying and being like, I don't want to do this. Please, like, don't you want me to be happy? Like, you guys came all this way. Like, what about joy? And she was like, I don't give a shit about joy. She was like, in Tagalog, in our language, she was like, I don't care what your passions are. You're going to be a nurse. You're going to get a respectable income, something stable, and like do whatever you want on the side. But like, this is what you're going to do. And I'm paying for college, by the way. So this is it. And I was like, wow, okay. And so
Like,
you know,
got it.
yeah. And I think we've all heard and we know the stories of like the pressures of living up to, you know, that kind of like underlying
The sacrifice.
the sacrifice and the guilt that comes along
Yeah.
with it, but also the honor and like, you know, all of that. So it's complicated and also so beautiful at the same time. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this nursing thing, but also let's see what kind of facets of nursing really support my interests. And so I went on some forums that existed at the time. This was around 2004, 2005, okay? And I saw that there was this very unpopular facet of nursing, which was minimally invasive or aesthetic nursing. Typically, out of a wing of a plastic surgery office where the plastic surgeon did all of the major, you know, work on someone. And then there was a minimally invasive wing where injectables were done by the nurses. So that's essentially how the field really started taking off. And I was like, that is so weird and cool. And at the time, I was looking for jobs on Craigslist, you guys. Even my first nursing job like was from Craigslist. It was the craziest thing.
Wait, after you completed your nursing degree?
Yeah, my first job. So I had 2 jobs simultaneously, but my first one was at a cosmetic dermatology office here in the Valley, actually. And it was off of Craigslist, and it was a really strange, crazy office, TBH. It was kind of dangerous. And I was like, is this what it's like out here? Simultaneously, I was working at the ER at UCLA because my mom was like, you're not going to do some, her words were like, what beauty? You go, like, go in the hospital. Like, what are you doing? You're
medical.
Gonna,
Like,
fuck
Like,
this
you
up.
got a like nursing degree. Go save somebody.
So I was working in the ER, and at the same time, I was working at this laser place.
Damn.
And I was like,
The range.
I know, right?
The range.
She's
killing here. The range.
Thank you so much. Like that appreciating looking back on it now, like during, I was like, am I a crazy person? Like this does seem a little strange and duplicitous. And so first of all, the ER, I only lasted 6 months. Shout out all of the ER workers out there. Not for me. Also, the pit, baby Jane's out.
Baby Jane's out.
Baby Jane's out. Okay, I could never. 6 months was it for me. I was like, oh my God, I was such a burden to my coworkers. Emotionally and physically. I was like, is anyone worried about what just happened over here? Like, is there a social worker we can talk to about these feelings? I just feel like there's a lot we have to go through. They were like, shut the fuck up. This
is not about us.
There's a STEMI on the way. Like, come on. And I was like, I think we need to talk for a second. I think we need to. They were like, get her the fuck out of here. I felt it. I was like, this is not for me. This is not for me. I'm so sorry I wasted your guys' time. There was so much training that went into it.
Wow.
Anyways, and then I went into neurosurgery after that to still kind of like, have my parents. The nice thing about neurosurgery is like, you're kind of just like, standing there, you're doing your job when the surgeon needs you, all of that. That's also the horrible thing for me. I was like, I want to be interacting with people, and you're there listening to the playlist that the neurosurgeon wants to listen to for 10 hours straight and, what he wants to talk about for 10 hours straight. And I was like, this is so patriarch. This is not for me. Like, I got to get out of here. And after about 2 to 3 years, I was like, I am flying at this weird, odd job that I have. Like, I really get to see my patients' results all the way through. I get to take care of them. I get to spend time with them. It's really wonderful. Let's get a little more serious about it. So then I went into dermatology. I went into like full plastic surgery, and I learned all of the different facets of like what's in the skin, what's underneath the skin, what are the muscles that are causing all of these things. And I also was always attracted to the things that were unseen and not quite respected and studied here in the US. So my great grandmother, red palms, it was like a superpower. Turns out, during 2020.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Jenna has questions.
Yes.
And also a lot of women in my family have the gift of like premonition dreams. And there's like, I've always been very attracted to that side of things too. So during 2020, I was like, okay, everything is closed. This might be it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have a practice anymore. We had just opened the practice, the things we do in 2018. And I was like, maybe this is the time to pivot. Maybe I become a palm reader. We'll see. Turns out there's no legitimate classes for palm reading. And so I was
she looked into it, my friends. There was research
There's
done.
still science at the end of the day. So let's look something else up. And I was looking into acupuncture. I've always loved my acupuncturist and the work that she does for me. And I was like, researching it, I found Mian Sheng, which is face reading in Chinese medicine. And I was like, this is so fascinating. And Chinese face reading is basically a way for us to see different areas in the face according to the lines or markers or discolorations or just zones of the face.
Amazing.
And what organ system they're related to. And also each organ system is related to an emotion that we portray. So if you have underuse or overuse of an emotion, that's showing up in your face. And it's also alerting us to the balances and imbalances that we have within our health and organ systems. So I was like, there's science behind this. It's been studied for hundreds of years. There's an entire, like an actual accreditation for me to take this and like a lineage of this work. And this is something that I can do. So I, really combined everything that I learned in Western dermatology and also plastic surgery. I combined that with, all of the knowledge from TCM that I took in from my professor who our cohort was the last cohort before she passed away, unfortunately. So I was so grateful that I was able to, take on this knowledge and really combine all of that to create facial balancing and put that in the industry. So it's just a better way for us to study ourselves and know our own features very well in order to make better decisions of what's best for us in our own beauty journeys versus trying to take the metrics of somebody else who looks completely different than us and seeing their success and thinking maybe that could be mine, and then we end up somewhere sticky. So that is all of that.
Fascinating.
So fascinating.
Thank you.
So what we really love about East West Bank is how much they care about their clients and the community. They've been helping Asian families reach their dreams for over 50 years, and they continue to lead in areas like entertainment, tech, and small business support. For us at AAGC, it's been incredible to work with a bank that truly understands the unique needs of Asian American clients, especially women-owned businesses like ourselves, from business guidance to personal banking. Their care is like no other. I know we always say this, but AAGC loves working with East West Bank. It's truly like having a personal concierge for our banking. We literally just text or call them, and they're right there. They always answer, and they're ready to help. They have backed us every step of the way, from major moments to the small things that matter, and it has been truly just such a gift. So we love you, East West Bank. It just feels good knowing there's a team cheering for you behind the scenes and helping our community thrive. Thank you, East West Bank.
I mean, just for, our listeners who don't or are new to this concept, like, can you give me just like a very Cliff Notes version of like when a client comes to see you?
Yes.
How does that work?
Yes.
Like 1, 2, 3, the steps.
Okay,
like
great.
you look at go ahead.
So as soon as someone comes in for a consultation,
Mhm.
all of our providers at all of the locations, by the way, we're all trained to do the same thing. So we have a baseline consultation for someone and we have the same script, we ask the same questions. And then from there, after gathering this data and these metrics, we can come up with your safest and best plan. So it starts off with you sitting in the chair and I get to know you a little bit at like, where did you come in from? Where did you grow up, by the way,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So we
yes,
already
yes.
covered
It's
that.
part of the
Like,
script. It's part
yeah,
of the
and,
script.
and then
we
and then
must.
I know, and then
Yeah.
I know, okay, this is great. And then I ask you, what's your favorite feature? And I give you a mirror. And patients are usually really thrown off by that
Oh,
because
yeah.
typically,
What do
yeah,
you want to change or what do you want that's
yes,
different?
yes. And
Your favorite
so I ask, what's your
feature?
favorite
Love
feature?
it.
And a lot of times what's so interesting to me is they meet me with tears with that question because it's a painful thing to reflect on that we don't go there first or we don't go there often.
Yes.
So I like to ask that question because one, it's a beautiful place to start. But
Yes.
Yeah.
two, often what we want to change is not really what we want to augment. It's we want it back. Your favorite feature is starting to release from you in a way. And we're trying to just get back to a place where we could recognize ourselves in our best and happiest and healthiest forms. So I start off with that question. And then patients will usually have a little trouble. And I'll say, come on, tell me that thing that you really felt like, I'm that girl because of my whatever it is, fill in the blank. And they'll really shyly, most of the time, be like, well, I've always liked my lips, or I've always liked, my eyes. But things have started to change over time. And I feel like there's more shadows, or I feel like there's more droopiness here and there. And then we get to things that we, have to educate on as far as like what's been changing anatomically for everyone within the age frame that they're in. What's really interesting is men come in and I go, tell me your favorite feature. And they're like, I kind of like everything. Everything's really great.
Oh,
And I'm like,
that's very interesting.
What a
That's
way to
why-
move through the world. Huh?
Yes.
which I
Truly.
hate that I
What
hate
a
that
way.
for them. It's more so like I wish we could see ourselves in this light.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Like imagine if most of your female clients, like you said, came in with that same
yes,
confidence.
yes,
And how much
so
that
much
would
of it
change
would
the way
be
you move through
about
the world, like Jenna was
exactly.
saying.
So
Yeah.
much of what we would do in aesthetics would be more about like skin health and preservation of face and the original face versus augment, which
Yeah.
is where we went wrong in our industry.
Mm.
So after the favorite, then I asked if you in the past 1 to 2 years have noticed a change or a shift in the face, tell me what that shift has been. So it's not what do you want to change? What are you unhappy with? We stay away from that language and we're still getting to the meat and potatoes of what I need to know.
Yeah.
But where's that shift been? And a lot of times it's mid to lower face. Sometimes it's mid to lower face has not been brought up and it's really about eyes. So I start to look at that person's anatomy. And then facial balancing starts to set in for me. So I measure the thirds of their face and I look at their face from right side to left side. In Chinese medicine, this is one of my favorite things. When it comes to face reading, your right side is your maternal side and is the side that you most portrays the side that you show as your outward face to the world. Your left side represents the face that you truly are in private. And so people who have the most symmetry are able to live who they truly are authentically all the time in public. So I find that a lot of my clients who work in your industry, okay, they have a lot of, duality that they have to play according to their roles versus like who they really are. And these asymmetries pop up in the face, which are not a bad thing. It just is what it is.
That is
Wow.
so interesting.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that
I wish
so
we had a mirror
fun?
right now. Me and Jenna would both be like,
I know, get it.
symmetrical?
But
Not symmetrical.
it's amazing to hear like
Yeah.
people who have that symmetry who can live that way
Yes.
naturally
Oh,
or
yes.
in
amazing.
a easier flow state of living that way.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll look at asymmetries and then we'll take into account with the different thirds of the face, I'll see what third is the strongest, what third is possibly the weakest that could possibly benefit from some kind of balancing. So a lot of our Asian clients, our Asian American clients will have softer chins or jawline. And the chin in Chinese medicine is where your will lives. So if you really have a strong will and conviction, a lot of times we're told since we're younger, like really be respectful, like don't have too strong of an opinion, like that kind of stuff. I know things are changing, but that's a story that's common for a lot of us. And so when I see that a lot of Asian Americans want to project the chin a little bit more, I'm like, that's so interesting because we're coming into a place where we're like leading with ourselves now in independence and really growing into ourselves. So I do a lot of, okay, let's talk about why we want to do certain things and also tell me. So sometimes I'll have patients come in and they want to get rid of, the cleft in their chin, the almost
little-
dimple that you see
yeah.
in the chin. And I'll ask them, who do you get that from? Is it mom or dad, grandma or grandpa? And one of my patients said, my dad. And I was like, do we like dad? And she was like, I love dad. Like, I love him. I told her, maybe we don't get rid of it then. Maybe we just soften it slightly so that you're happy with it not being as forceful or
Pronounced.
strong.
Yeah.
Yes, as pronounced. But maybe we leave it because what a beautiful story to be linked to dad, right? And she was like, I'm so glad you told me that. I've never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
So it's the story of our lineage. Also, it's the story of what makes your features more balanced, but it's all within the realm of what's appropriate for your features. It's studying you. So after we talk about asymmetries, thirds of the face. We talk about skin laxity and skin thickness, so the loss of elasticity in the skin and also the thickness or thinness of the skin. And we come up with a game plan of skin health first. So if your skin is thinning, let's thicken the skin. It doesn't make sense to do lips if we're not paying attention to the full surface of the skin. Let's really focus on skin health. And then from there, we can look into what minimizes shadows a bit more in the face. So if we look at people if we look at animation, shout out Ghibli. If we look at animation and we see people who are like unwell or sickly or towards the end of their life and much older and more mature, we're looking at a lot of shadows and lines in the face, which is not a bad thing, but that's what it represents. Okay. So if you're in your 30s and 40s and you start to say as a patient, I just have these lines and shadows in the face that don't feel like who I am on the inside. I feel energetic. I feel present. I feel all of these really great things. And I just want that to match what I'm seeing on the outside. Then we minimize those lines. And all of that is guided through that really intense consultation. So in my industry, we are taught to every hour see anywhere from like 3 to 6 patients.
Wow.
And that's really hard. So at the end of the day, you're seeing anywhere from like 20 to 40 patients in cosmetic dermatology. How can you have a conversation?
Yeah, I mean,
like
there's
what
no
we're
time.
having?
There's no time.
There's no time. So we really love slow medicine at the things we do. We'll see anywhere from 6 to 8 patients a day, sometimes on a really busy day, like award season or like reunion season around October when everyone's like 10-year reunion, 20-year reunion. Sometimes we'll take up to 10.
Season. That is very funny.
It
I've never
definitely
even thought
is.
about that.
Yes, for sure.
J months are slow months. January, June, July, because people are doing things like, and coming back from vacation. And then there are seasons for things. So when people are doing a lot, maybe we'll see up to 10 patients a day. That's a lot for us. 6 to 8 patients so that I have an hour to 45 minutes to an hour with each person just to talk about things and then execute if we need to. And then we have an ongoing plan for your beauty plan and your rejuvenation and skin health plan for how we're going to do this in the future. Some of it is devices and lasers. Some of it is going to be injectables with biostimulators. Some of it might be an HA filler here and there. Some of it might be a little neuromodulator. We'll do what's right for you. We like to say no to things because not everything is a good idea of what you're saving in your TikTok files.
Yes.
But we'll say yes to the things that really do serve you and we'll guide you through that. So that's how we really took off with the things we do. So now we have 5 locations. We just opened West Hollywood.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Well done.
Thank
Let's
you.
I'm
go
coming in.
locations. I know. Sold already.
She goes, I'm coming in.
See
I
you
just
soon.
finished breastfeeding. No, I'm still breastfeeding. I'm still breastfeeding.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah. After,
But I will
after.
come soon.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'm going to Korea next month. So
Oh, great.
we'll talk. I mean,
I have
I'm ready
tips.
for that.
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen, a lot of your content talking about when you go to Korea, and you have a lot of good tips on there already as well.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it is just a natural segue, not to make it about me,
Yeah.
that I'm going to Korea. But what have you seen in Asian medicine or when
Yeah.
you've gone to Asia, the technology and so much more about preventative care,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Than in a Western philosophy of beauty. What have you seen over there that's like excited you or something that you've taken into your practice here?
Yes, you said it. Preventative is key.
Mhm.
So in the US, we started talking about preventative neuromodulators. So preventative Botox, Dysport, Jeuveau, preventative, biostimulators. And there were a lot of people online. There was a lot of negative rhetoric and also in publications and respectable editorials about preventative aging is really just a gimmick to have you spend money earlier in life and don't buy into it. So I did a mini fellowship out in Korea with 2 plastic surgeons and a dermatologist also. And I was learning these amazing techniques from them and also how they do the consultations and everything. And I took one doctor aside and I was like, when do you guys do facelifts here, like typically for aging? And he was like 60s, 70s. And I'm like, do you know in the US, like everyone's talking about doing 40s, like facelifts in the 40s right now. And he was like, yeah, you guys he basically broke it down to the point where he was saying, listen, in the US, you guys did Botox and filler for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then it's just facelifts for you.
Yeah.
We've been doing all of these preventative things like tightening, preservation of collagen through, biostimulators. They were ahead of the game. When we got microneedling here in the US with PRP, they had already been doing it for close to 15 years. We're
Wow.
just so behind.
Wow.
The other thing is, their innovation is completely different. They don't have the same type of monetary restrictions with the FDA. So our FDA, you can have the science, but if you don't have the budget of millions and tens of millions to push this through,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to move forward with it or get it approved. Where in Korea, innovation and science really wins. So you could have a much smaller budget, but as long as the science is sciencing, this technology is going to come through.
Wow.
The other thing is like, there's so much preservation with skin health in Korea based off of metrics, like true metrics, all of the facial analysis tools that they have. So you're going off of the percentage of wrinkles that you have in comparison to the demographic of women your age that have done the same testing. You're going into information of how much sun damage do you have at the surface versus the next slide of info they're going to show you is here's the sun damage that you have that is going to show up in the next 5 to 10 years that you don't see yet.
Like
So-
into the future.
Into the future.
Wow.
They're into the future.
They literally are into the future.
So
Wow.
that's just not the US
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
So I'm along with a few other providers, we're really trying to change that here in the US because we just go off of what do you want today?
Yeah.
This feels right. This is the new thing for today instead of here are the metrics that we have based off of your specific anatomy and facial topography. And here's what we can do according to that. And that's what Korea does very well.
Yeah. Jenna's coming with me
Taking
to
a
Korea
trip to
now.
Korea.
Wait, are you going just for fun?
Yeah, I'm going with my
That's
family, but also
great.
it was because I really wanted to explore some of these, clinics and, just to see like what they're doing over there. I've never been actually, but have done a lot of research and also have had so many friends.
You guys should do a photo shoot, the family. It's the most fun thing out there.
Oh my gosh, I know. I've seen those photo shoots.
They're so
oh my gosh.
funny and
my
they're
nephew
so
and niece
fun.
are coming. They're very, very little. Very little.
Put them in some humbooks.
You must.
My sister-in-law is Korean.
Yeah.
So it would be, maybe we'll put it on the list. Let's
So-
see.
have
I'm going
Add
to
it
come
to the
back.
list.
We're going to put it on the screen. We're all going to go through the entire shoot and talk about what you love about every photo.
Add it to the list.
There's a photographer that I love out there who does these like K-pop photo shoots where
Stop.
you go in and you choose your background and you choose your setting of like, do you want to be a soft K-pop? Do you want to be an edgy K-pop? Like, what do you want to be? So you can put on the clothes or you can wear your own and then you have your hair and makeup done by like his partners and stuff like that. And then you go and he actually poses you exactly how you're supposed to. So
Wait, did you do this with your family?
I did it solo, baby.
Oh,
Oh my God.
That is that fire tiger. She's like, I'm gonna be the
I just wanna
family.
go do it by myself.
You
I
would
need
find something. Well, I'll just
I need
BRB.
y'all, BRB. I'm gonna be at my photo shoot. Thank you. Came back with like 8 different poses. Like I was like, can
Were
I just
you
buy
edgy
all
or
of
were
these?
you soft?
I was
were
all
you?
of them.
Oh,
I was all of them.
Let's again range, baby.
Yeah,
Range.
range. That's what we keep coming back to. If there's something about me, you're gonna get all of it. So I
will be
was
needing
like,
to see these
we
photos.
don't.
We
I'm gonna
must.
send them to you.
Send
That
them.
might be the thumbnail of everything that we're working on.
100%.
today.
I think so.
Yes, it's a staring off into the distance for
Yeah,
me.
sometimes
Love.
it was a.
Oh,
you
we
know,
love.
It's a lot of. It's a
It's
lot.
a lot of handwork.
Yeah,
handwork
it
is
is.
hard
Exhausting.
because fingers can be weird.
Yeah,
and,
it
like,
did
you
feel
don't
really
realize
weird.
how weird like an awkward hands can be.
But it was so
Too
elegant
funny.
when he showed me. He was
He
like,
knows
"You're gonna
what's
go
up.
like this," and I was like, "I hate that." And then I did it,
And he shows
then
you,
looked
and
at the
you're like,
photo, and I'm like,
"You're
"Whoa,
right."
you are an artist. What do I know?" Octobi. His
Yeah.
name is Octobi.
Oh my
Kara,
god,
we must find
Yeah,
him.
you're
I
so much fun.
am kind of obsessed. Okay, well, speaking of family, you had mentioned
Yes.
earlier you have 3 beautiful children.
Yes.
Oh.
How has motherhood been? And also, you have a daughter.
I do. Yeah,
Yes.
she's my middle. So I have my oldest
Okay.
is 13,
Mhm.
Kenny. He's turning 14 soon. And then
How?
I have, I
mean,
know,
see,
right?
Because her face is
No.
incredibly
No,
balanced.
I
we would
literally
never
had
know
him
how
way
old
too
she
young.
is.
Okay,
Oh.
I had him when I was 26, which you guys, that's like
That used to be
14 in
normal,
the
though.
mind for me.
I know.
So when
Yeah, that
I-
used to be very normal, but it
That's the
is
thing.
just wild to think about
it
it
wasn't
now
normal for me. So
Mhm.
in
so-
LA terms.
Yes, you're so right, and I fully agree. So when I told my best friend, we were full deep in our like living in K-Town. I used to
Yes.
live in K-Town. So living in K-Town
You were
and
partying.
partying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started from Wednesday. We skipped Saturday because I was like, that's lame. Everyone else party Saturday. We do it on the weekdays. You know what I mean? And but for the most part, we were out. So when I told her I was expecting my first, she was like crying tears of sadness.
Right.
And
What will
was
I do?
like,
Where's my
Yes.
partner?
I was like, what's wrong, Jeannie? And she was like, you're not gonna come out anymore. And I was like, well, yeah, bitch.
I'm gonna have a kid.
Yeah,
My
like
ass
I
is
don't
knocked
know
out.
what to tell you.
And she was like, you ruined everything. It was kind of like the whole moment, but she was fully right
That's
because
funny.
we were, I mean, that was my bestie that went to Diamond Bar High. Like we've been for so long.
Yeah.
And she was like, you ruined it. Like you're a teen mom. Why did you do this to us? You know? And then I had Penelope 3 years later.
Yeah.
And then
She's like, you just won't stop.
I know,
You
she
just
was like,
keep
why do you
going."
keep doing this?
What are you doing to yourself?
And then we were like, okay, that's great. My husband and I were like, this is amazing. We have a girl and boy.
Yeah,
And we're both
great.
like, you know, like sweet little bundles of joy. My sweet little dumplings. They're awesome. By the way, my first one looks fully Filipino. Kenny boy, we call him Kenny boy.
Yeah.
He's Kenny Jr. Looks fully Filipino. And then my second one, so my girl Penelope looks half Filipino and half Chinese. My husband's full Chinese.
Okay.
My third one, Joaquin, who was also a surprise. He's 3 years old. Pleasant surprise.
Mhm.
Third one is fully Chinese.
Stop
and I
it.
told my husband, I was like, look at how my body, as I grew to love you more and more over time, my body allowed more of your DNA to infiltrate my genetics. Look at this.
That's so
We
funny.
started off Filipino. We're fully Chinese now with these children.
That
It's
is
amazing.
the evolution of
Yes,
funny.
yes.
Oh
They
my
all look
gosh.
like they're not related. They're like fully their own person and own genetics.
That's
It's
so
so
cute.
funny.
I am crying.
That's so
Yeah,
That is
cute.
so
so
we
cute.
have three little
Wow.
crazy kids. They're so awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not a maternal person. I never wanted kids growing up. That was never part
Mhm.
of my
Mhm.
MO. I was like, I'm gonna do fun things all around
Yeah,
the world.
with Jeannie.
Yeah,
Hello.
we're
She's like,
we're obviously gonna be, I don't know, fishing in Alaska one moment, and then we're gonna be clubbing in Vegas at the next.
Of course.
And then my ass got pregnant as a teen at 26. So
Teen
Um,
mom.
teen mom, teen
yeah,
mom.
but wonderful,
Best.
wonderful. I love motherhood. To me, I feel like I'm already an emotional person. Like
Yeah.
I hate all the posts about empaths because they're so true, and so I fucking hate that I'm that person.
Yes.
Such a bleeding heart. But after having children, it really allows me to connect with people even more so and make decisions based off of a place of love. Like whether it's for me or for other people, I really try to imagine this is someone's baby. Or, you know, like this is
Aw.
someone's like mama. There has to be more, like, let's look at things with more nuance. And
Yeah.
when I hear the kid stories, like coming home from school, Penelope came home with a bracelet that I'd never seen before. And it was like some janky, weird beaded bracelet. And I was like, oh, where'd you get that? Did you make something at school? And she was like, no, Ethan gave this to me to be his backup girlfriend. And I was like, excuse me.
Excuse
Ethan,
me. Fire
you are
tiger.
counting
Excuse
the-
me?
your days.
Excuse me. And I was like,
Jenna,
backup-
Mama Bear
backup
over here
girlfriend?
just got fired up.
I'm sorry? What do you mean backup girlfriend? And she's like, I don't know. I just wanted the bracelet. And I was like, you will give him this bracelet back tomorrow. And she was like, why? I like it. And I was like, because the meaning is, and then I go into like this deep chat with her and she's like, it's not that serious, Mom, you know? Like, it's just a bracelet. Like, I don't care whose girlfriend or whatever. Like, he doesn't claim me, was like the energy she was
Right.
trying to portray to me, you know? And I was like, no, we're giving this back. So
You are nobody's
it just
backup.
brings me so
Mhm.
much joy, and so much storytelling comes back into like the relationships and bonding with the kids that
sure.
it just makes me so much better of a friend and a provider, a medical provider, all of those things. So
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for this entire journey. I love it.
I mean, Jenna is dying. Jenna is dying.
She's like, we're giving back the bracelet. I don't care.
You
She's like, it's
will-
not that big of a deal.
How
She's
old is your
really
daughter,
like,
sorry?
calm it down.
So when it happened, she was 8 and
Oh,
she's
okay,
10
okay.
now.
okay.
But
Did she give back the bracelet?
She gave it back.
Mm.
But she also saw me as the enemy and the man. Like she saw me as like bureaucracy for an entire
enemy.
month. She was like, why would you do that to me?
Oh.
I don't care what he thinks.
She's like, my mother is
that's
a
a vibe
tyrant.
too.
Yeah.
But she gave it back, so she heard you.
She
Yeah.
did.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Even if you don't think they're listening,
Yes.
they'll surprise you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's true. It's true. I'm just thinking about when she grows up. She's gonna probably talk about the story when she's on a
I hope she
podcast.
does.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like,
you
so this
know?
one time, I mean, when I was 8, my mom
She
made me
thought she
give
was being
back this
so deep,
bracelet.
and
Yes.
she thought she was teaching me a moment, and I'm like, just here for the bracelet vibes. Like, what's the big deal? I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
bees were
Calm it down.
great.
Yeah. I'm like, this is a lesson in patriarchy. You've got to give it back. And she's like, whatever, dude. Yeah.
Chill.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, I loved everything about that. Thank you for sharing about your
Yes,
personal life.
happy
So
to.
cute.
I did have one more question in this personal life
Please.
section that
Yes.
I'm just genuinely curious about.
Yes.
Because obviously you've worked with the Kardashians
Yes.
and several other large, well-known celebrities and such. Like, I'm curious in your experience with working with them, what are they most excited about? Considering that, they're such public figures
Mhm.
and, everything they do is like analyzed under such a crazy magnifying glass
Mhm,
in the
mhm.
beauty and wellness space. Is there something that you feel like they're excited about, these clients, these high profile clients?
Yes. I think when it comes down, first of all, let me say this. I'm from the 909. We covered that earlier,
Yes,
which is
909,
filled with cow
baby.
dung and not cool stuff. Like the day that we got like an in and out, we were like, like losing our minds.
We made
because
it!
yeah, honestly, because before that, at 11 p.m. with nothing to do, I would hang out with my friends at the Walmart and go pick up a goldfish and then maybe grab an ice block and ice block down a grassy hill. Like that was the fun that we were having.
That's a vibe.
So when we're like talking about these clients now, I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny.
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy to think
Yeah.
back and
It
you're
is.
like, little
Wonderful.
you, if
It
you
is.
told little
And it's
you
so much
what
fun.
you would be doing.
She would be
Wild.
like, duh.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
She would be
that's
like,
true.
duh. And
Honestly.
adult me would
Tiger.
be like, can you believe it? And she
Yeah.
would be like, yeah, duh.
I
Yeah,
do.
like,
You know what I mean?
always
Oh,
knew.
I love that.
Like your innocent self is like, yeah, we always knew. And
Of
your
course.
adult self is like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know? Like who would have thought? And little you's like, yeah, us.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Yeah, thought you would get
Told
there
ya.
sooner. Like, hello?
Told
Yeah.
ya.
So
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, every celebrity patient or high profile client that I've
Mhm.
ever worked with, when it comes to beauty, is really just like us. We all
Mm.
just want to be tight and lifted for as long as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like most patients don't want to look like different people. You want to
Yeah.
look like yourself. When you start looking like a different people, I think people in the public eye really realize, oh shit, this is not serving me. Not only am I not getting backlash from everyone, I also don't even feel comfortable in my own skin. Like, why did I get to this
Mhm.
point? Right.
Yeah.
So, this is not me talking about them specifically, but
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
in the industry in general, I think in the public eye, it always serves them to look like themselves, but
Mhm.
maybe as like preserved as possible. So,
Yeah.
when I say preserved, I'm talking about the wear and tear of life. So, going back to face reading, the emotions that you most portray show up in the face. And so, in face reading, we say from 1 to the age of 25, that's the face that your mother gave you. From 25 and on, that's the face that you deserve. That's the face that you earned. So,
Oh, that
I
was
love,
deep.
thank you.
Jenna has been making so many, like, I can feel her energy through this
I am
interview.
engaged. I am in
because-
it. I am committed. I am dedicated.
Yes. You have been spouting so much
Wait,
truth
we
that
have to go
every
out.
sentence.
I'm also like trying not to like say a lot because like you have so much wisdom and so many things to share. So I'm trying not to like
Gasp
interject.
every other
I'm
word.
But
so
I'm
happy.
engaged.
Yes, yes. All of this is so fascinating, right? As a student,
Yes.
when I'm learning
Mhm.
this, I'm like, oh my God, so
That's
many
it.
light bulbs are going off.
Crazy.
So when you start to look like the worry and the stress that you've
Mm.
been dealing with for the past 10 to 15 years straight, this is
Mm.
any patient,
Mhm.
you're just done with looking and feeling that way, you know? So once you start to get in a really great place, the 10 to 15 years of worry and fear and, doubting yourself
Mm.
shows up. And how do we kind of get you back to a place where now you're feeling like how you feel, now you're looking like how you feel on
Mm.
the inside. So that's what I mean by preservation. I
Yeah.
don't mean anti-aging. There's nothing wrong with aging whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's more so looking tired and angry when you're not that.
Yeah.
Mm. The
Yeah,
inside
so
to the out.
We want to, I think everyone wants to look happy, healthy, rested, and surely if you're on camera all the time,
Yep.
as tight and lifted as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes
Don't blame
sense.
them.
Don't blame them. Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
She's coming.
Yeah. Book the appointment. It's great. Okay.
Kara, can we talk about the new AAGC collection?
I am freaking out. Look at this new color, the matcha
too good.
collection.
This gingham short with this quarter zip.
I mean, I'm going to be living in this.
I
This is
know.
so cute.
It is giving cottagecore. It's giving tennis vibes. It's everything I love, cozy and chic.
Oh, it looks so good on you.
Thank you,
And
you too.
I'm so obsessed with the fact that it is dropping just in time for Heritage Month. I mean, this month is so special to us because it is for us to celebrate our culture, our stories, and our community with all of you. And that's also what makes wearing AGC so special.
Yes, and we love seeing all of you wear it out there. So please tag us. We get such a kick out of it.
Please tag us. And also, there's nothing better than seeing AGC out in the wild. I was getting coffee the other day, and the girl in front of me, like waiting in line to order her coffee, had the AGC hat on.
No, it's
And you can see the brand on the back, and it
So
just
cute.
made me really happy. It made me really happy.
so cute. And the I'm from here shirt, I love this. This is like AAGC to its
Oh,
core.
this is the core. And
Right.
also revealing Cozy Kitty. Okay? If I could be embodied into a form right now, it would be this Cozy Kitty. Because this sweatshirt that I have on is also very cozy. COZY, cozy. Here for it. So if you are as obsessed with this matcha line like me and Jenna are, this line is available exclusively at AsianAmericanGirlClub.com. So we're going to move on to some hotline questions.
Okay,
we
great.
had people write in knowing you were the guest and had some questions for you.
That's awesome.
All right, first one. What's something people would be surprised to know about you?
Maybe there's a couple of things. Okay. I love to metal detect. I'm a prospector. Do you remember I told you I love a subculture?
Okay.
So
There's so many
The peanut gallery's over here.
questions. A prospector.
Please expand.
yeah, so I am, and I hope that you guys don't blow this up out there, but I do think if it is speaking to you and you're feeling a little tingle right now, it's probably worth looking into. But I'm a part of a group of prospectors on a subreddit, and we are all metal detector fans, and we go out and metal detect and then put all of our findings together on display. Once a month is what a lot of them do. That's too often for me. I'll usually do it like once a quarter, but
This is so fun.
it is so fun. Also,
How many
So
people are in,
satisfying.
like, when you go out, where? Like, to the beach? To the
Yeah,
park?
Tell us.
I'm
Where
metal
is
detecting
this?
on my own at the beach.
Okay.
I love the beach. I love Laguna. There's so many treasures in Malibu. But even when I go to Hawaii, I'm always bringing my metal detector.
How large is a metal detector? Does it fit on a carry-on?
It's fairly large, so it's
Or
not.
it's got a check-in. It's a check-in situation.
It's a check-in.
It's what we
situation.
imagine.
No,
Yes.
is it like what you see?
Yes.
Technology has not made
Yes.
a
There are
travel
smaller
one?
ones, but they're not as powerful. So you can like shorten
I
them
am
also,
crying.
but you know, it's
Yeah.
still a large. It's a significant amount of luggage, you know, that I'm bringing on because of
Hawaii.
because of its shape. To Hawaii,
Yeah,
to
got it.
anywhere really. Any you can
What's your-
metal detect
This
anywhere.
is amazing. I've also like seen the best stories online of like the metal detector who found the wife's like engagement ring
Yes,
from like 10
that's
years
my
ago.
fantasy.
And I'm like,
Well, I was going to
dream
say,
story.
That's my
what's,
dream.
what's your best find? What has been your best find?
The really sad thing is I mainly find rusty nails and like shards of metal and stuff like
I mean,
that.
it makes sense.
And I will be searching for hours and hours. The
Yeah.
second I hand it off to my husband,
He finds it
within
online.
minutes, a ring, a bracelet, a necklace, a
What?
dog tag. So and it's because, and that's like gambling, right? Like if you're
Yes.
too horny for it, if you're too thirsty,
Yeah.
the gambling gods are like, this is not for you.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
Despy.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm just here to have a good time. Bingo, win, win,
Yes.
win. And so that's my husband and I. So I've tried to change my energy over time. I can't suppress how excited I am to find treasure. So I think the luck just doesn't come to me with that.
I
The
love
kids
this
love it too.
treasure.
The kids love
I'm
it.
crying.
My daughter brings home treasures from like her sandbox and like
Yeah.
they're in her pockets. They're
Yeah.
like pieces of glitter, but like it's such a nostalgic thing to me now. It brings me so much joy when people are like, I found treasure. Like that will always be very special to me.
You
So
should metal detect.
you're searching for treasure still at that age. Like that keeps the joy for me that
It is
I think I'm
so
going to take up
fun
metal
for
detecting.
me. It
You're
is
gonna
so
be a
fun for the
prospector.
kids.
Okay, I
Jenna is
understand.
joining
I
the
highly
prospectors.
recommend the CTX 3030. It is the best.
We'll talk. Okay.
We'll talk about it, but
Oh
the
my
kids love
gosh.
it.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. We're going to talk about lasers in Korea, and you guys are going to talk about CTX.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Got
range.
it. Okay. Question number 2. What's something you're really proud of that people don't see? It could also be
Metal detecting.
prospecting.
Treasures.
And that's probably number 2.
Okay.
Number 1 is my relationship with my husband.
Oh.
I I get choked up every time I start thinking about this fucking man. I just didn't know you could love someone so much because
Wow.
boys have always been like a girl power, whatever, boys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like my whole life has been like, get out of my way.
What was
I'm
your
doing
screen name
things.
again? L.
LADX Pinay for
That's
you.
what I'm saying. LAD. You were always LAD. You're
I'm
like,
the Asian desire.
that's
You're
what
whatever.
I'm saying. Yes, yes.
I know you want me.
Yes.
Like, get in line. We're here to have a good time. Me and my lady crew. Ladies.
Genie. You and Genie.
Yes.
So I think what I've been able to accomplish within business, and then also simultaneously like growing our family and having these amazing kids, I don't think you can have it all as a woman in the same time. I think that there's seasons for things,
for
and I
sure.
think that people figure that out.
Yeah.
But every season has been so enjoyable because of this sweet man, Kenny Lee. I love him so much. And he is just like such a respectable person and is such a provider and is such a caring and soft person as well. Like he is the right amount of everything for me. I'm just so proud of the person who chose me and I chose him, and we just made this life together. And I think that I very rarely post him because he's so sacred to me. And also, don't be looking at my man.
Yeah.
And also, like, that to me is like, if I did one thing right in life, it's choosing this life with that man. He's a good person.
Oh, that's so nice.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's
amazing.
so-
Don't be looking at my man.
Yeah.
Also,
Like
don't be
everybody
looking
go
at
look, but don't look. Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, it's
amazing.
such a-
Not amazing for you.
You're like, just for me. He's mine. Back
I
off.
love that.
So
That is
so
Marriage is
pure of a person.
Marriage is hard, and having
Totally.
kids with a man is hard.
Totally.
And having kids, period, is hard. But you know, to the language that you use, you choose each other every day because that's truly what it is, right? You choose to choose each other.
Yeah.
And even when it gets really hard. So
Yeah.
that's really beautiful.
Even when it gets really hard, and even when it gets really silly and stupid,
Yeah.
like that whole
Yeah.
gamut of everything. So my new thing of being annoying to him is like, if I was a worm, would you love me? You know, we've seen this.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
yes,
if
I
was,
have. I
if
have
I was
seen
a
it online.
worm, would you
Yeah.
love me? So my take on that is, if I was a mung bean, would you recognize me? Would you love me? And his answer is, babe, of course, I would find you amongst all the mung beans. I would find you, and I would know that it was you. And first of all, he could be fucking bullshitting me. It doesn't matter. He's gonna find my mung bean.
But that is really
mean, what?
emotional. No, but that's
so
really
sexual? He's gonna find my mung
emotional.
bean?
He was like, I will find you among all
He's
the
gonna
mung beans.
find.
That is
He's
so
gonna
darling.
find me as a mung bean, and like that's great. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll find you as a worm. I'll find you." I asked my guy friends this also,
Yeah.
like the guy friends I grew up with, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, like what the fuck
what
did
do you-
you just ask
And I
me?
was like, "If your wife was a
worm.
worm, would you
Find her.
love her still?" And my guy friend goes, what am I gonna fuck a worm? Like that makes no sense, Vanessa. And I'm like, oh my God.
You
They're
don't
missing-
get it.
they're
You
missing
don't
the
get
point.
it.
They're
And you're not
missing the
whimsy
point.
enough. And that's why
Kenny.
you're my friend.
Yeah,
And that's
and
why
that's- you're
Kenny's
not
my
my
husband.
husband.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's just
You get each
that's what I'm most proud of that people probably don't see a lot.
I love that,
Aw.
Vanessa.
Wait, also
That's
the
so
fact that I
nice.
said he found my mung bean, that was actually so sexual. I don't know if
Yes,
you
I
realized.
did
like,
hear it, and you kept saying it, but I didn't want to point it out. But we're here for it.
I actually didn't even catch that. I was like, oh, that's so
Jenna-
sweet.
Jenna's
How
the,
sweet is
the
that?
romance.
That's
She's
really
obviously the
darling.
romance. I'm over here like, she said it again.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
A
you.
really great way to end the episode. Thank you so much for joining us. on
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Undefinable
You guys are
today.
so much fun. I
Amazing.
really appreciate it. And I love this platform. I listen. I'm a fan. Thank you again.
Aw, thanks. You've been listening to Undefinable, an AAGC Originals podcast brought to you by Asian American Girl Club. Executive produced by Ali Maki, Jenna Ushkowitz, Tia Sam, and Kara Wang. Edited by Jacob Ho. Intro music by Gloria Kim. Thanks for listening.